Hello, everyone. We're so glad to be back for our fourth episode of Season 8. As always, I'm your host, Sadie Weiss, and I'm just ecstatic to be here. Today, we're doing a capital F fun episode, and we're centering it around drag, fashion, makeup, and their importance for queer expression. We have some exciting things in store for you today, per usual, including a Get Ready With Me for drag makeup moment, where some of our crew will follow along to a Trixie Mattel video and do their own drag makeup. Of course, we can't do makeup without a drag runway walk, so that's happening too. We also have our headlines from Gia, a crash course from Kennedy, a fun trip to Goodwill, and a special interview to give us an inside look at the drag scene in Boone. So let's get things started with our headlines. Take it away, Gia.
Hey y'all, long time no see. I'm Gia and these are your headlines. On Tuesday, March 25th, at a recent incident in Las Vegas, drag performers Susie Toot, Anya Nerve, and Lana Jare faced homophobic heckling during a photo shoot while in full drag. The event sparked conversation around queer and trans performers in multiple online forums, leading to the story making headlines. This display of blatant homophobia in Vegas highlights the ongoing challenges faced by the LGBTQ+ community, as evidenced by recent reports of increased protests and threats targeting drag events. The performers addressed the situation with poise, emphasizing the importance of standing up against hate. We see hate being thrown in the faces of queer artists every single day. And what is it matched with? Strength, fortitude, and dignity. Due to our current political climate, homophobic and transphobic rhetoric is being used at rapid and calculated rates. Just last month, in lieu of his stripping of the Kennedy Center of its arts and culture, Trump attempted to ban drag shows on college campuses nationwide. However, in a win for queer voices, the Supreme Court quickly ruled against him, stating that the public university system's interpretation of the recent executive order against drag from President Trump unconstitutionally limits free speech. From the Washington Times, in a signed 29-page opinion, Senior Judge Lee H. Rosenthal of the U.S. District Court of Texas cited the Supreme Court's precedent of requiring state-run campuses to toe the constitutional line by neutrally respecting student expression. While explicitly talking about drag in the face of Trump and the political climate around his presidency and beyond, we see the bolstering of cultural defiance, identity empowerment, and advocacy for freedom pushing to the front of the conversation. Speaking of exciting conversation, a group of renowned drag artists are teaming up to publish a new book on the transformative power of drag titled No Tea, No Shade: Life as a Drag Queen. One of the lead writers, Alexis Michelle, told Pride magazine that, quote, drag is the ultimate expression of authenticity that has the power to heal and transform. In times of uncertainty and violence, it is the words of creatives like Kennedy Ann Scott, Laguna Blue, Alexis Michelle, Olivia Lux, Julie J., and Nina West, the authors of No Tea, No Shade, that bring us hope and a newfound light. This groundbreaking book is set to hit shelves on September 23rd, so keep your eyes peeled and keep reading. Drag has always and will forever be one of the most outrageous, amplified, and outstandingly creative forms of LGBTQ+ art. Promoting it on the main stage amplifies love and loudness, and all of you know that your favorite Can't Think Straight team holds ourselves to the promise of amplifying queer voices as loud as we can. I'd personally like to shout out the lovely humans at Club Godfrey's, the best drag bar in my hometown of Richmond, Virginia, as well as the excellence that is my queen, the Rogue Roulette. All of my love to them. This was Gia with your headlines. Till next time.
Thank you, Gia. That was lovely. It's time to take a trip to Goodwill for some fashion fun.
Hi, we're here with Can't Think Straight, and we're at Goodwill. We're gonna do the random outfit challenge. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk down the line and someone's gonna tell us to stop, and then whatever we land on is what we're gonna have to wear, and then we're gonna construct an outfit and see what we get. Okay, got two options. Oh, one of them is pair of pants. Okay, you know what? I can work with this. Here's my first pick. This has some tigers on it. Okay. That's actually pretty fire. Okay, now it's time for pants. More shorts, we'll see what I get. Let's see. Oh my god. I was really close to these. That really would have been iconic if I got those. Between these and these. Interesting. I don't think these will fit me. Should I do a little dress pants moment? They look really long. All right, now we're gonna do shoes. I'm excited for this one. Either these or these. I think these are here, but I don't know about the sizing. Let me see. Got some boots. I'm happy with this pick. Okay, yeah, let's see what jacket we get. I'm gonna just do a little spin around this. Okay. Interesting. You know what? A little like London fog trench coat moment. Okay. Let's pick out a bag. Okay. Wow. A lunchbox.
Avocado. Thanks.
So it's my turn now. I'm gonna try it out. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Low-key, kind of fire. Should I do both? Okay, I'll do it. I'm gonna switch it up this time and I'm gonna do shorts. We'll see what I get.
And stop.
Ooh. Now it's time for shoes. Yay. Okay.
And stop.
Oh! Yes! Wow, wait. You see the vision? Ooh. Now I'm gonna get a bag.
And stop.
Yay. Alright, now I'm gonna get a jacket.
Stop.
A cap and gown. Oh my god, wow, that was so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that because I'm sure I looked crazy. Anyways, thanks for watching.
That ate. Now it's time for a special interview.
Hey y'all, welcome to an exclusive interview with one of Boone's best drag artists. My name's Gia here on Can't Think Straight. Let's hop into it. Please introduce yourself.
Awesome. Hi, my name is Nick Isley. I use he and they pronouns, but a lot of you probably know me more as Ruby Tuesday, the owner of the Boom Barbies, host of amazing drag shows, delusional drag queen to the world.
So can you give me a background story, if any, on that unique drag name?
Yeah, so when I was in like grade school, I was bullied a lot for being feminine and plus sized because, that's how school works.
Middle school.
Obviously. And there's this one bully who thought he was like the funniest person alive and would just start calling me Ruby Tuesday. And I was like, that's stupid. And then when I started doing drag, I was like, I'm just going to do that. It's really fun. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's great because it's just kind of like a reclamation of like something that was supposed to hurt me. That's kind of why I decided to choose it. I was going between that or like Barbara, just like a name.
Well, I like Ruby
Patricia,
Tuesday. I like that it's kind of taking back the power.
Yeah, and it's
That's cool.
Whenever I tell people what my drag name is, usually it comes with a laugh, and that's usually like what I'm going for. So I'll take it.
Oh, you said you go for a certain aesthetic. What is that getting ready process like? What is that? Everything, makeup, costumes, like where did that start? And again, like how do you feel like that is an expression of you now?
Yeah, so again, when I was in school, I worked in the App State costume department or the theater, which is where I learned how to sew.
Ooh.
To the degree I know how to now. I had a sewing machine, but I was like, didn't know what I was doing.
Sure.
So now I kind of know, but so usually I make all of my own costumes.
Oh,
I made this.
Yes, I know.
This.
Look at this ensemble.
Thank you.
I can't
Thank
help it.
you. Couture. I made this, and I try to make all my own costumes. Sometimes I'll just buy things. If it's like I need an apron, I'm not making an apron. I'll just buy it.
Sure.
But usually, like getting ready for drag, like getting just the makeup process from like shaving my face all the way to like putting on my setting spray. If I'm in a hurry, I can do it in 45 minutes. But if I have my time, I can take like 2 hours.
2 hours, okay.
Yeah. So not very, very long. I don't have to like clear my whole day.
Okay.
But if I wake up late, I can get it done in like 30 minutes.
All right, well, there you
Just
go.
don't look too close.
Just don't look too close. All right, so the perfectionism, it varies.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I know what I want it to look like, obviously, and like my goals going into doing my
Sure, of
makeup,
course.
like everyone does at 7 in the morning. But I'm never going to strive for it to be perfect because, like, first of all, if you were looking that closely at my makeup, you're watching the wrong thing. And, like,
True.
my makeup is not to be looked at.
True.
Also, I perform in bars and it's like dark and
Yeah.
people are drinking. So, like,
Right.
no one can see me.
No, of course.
At least that's what I tell myself.
So you said that your persona's been drawn from a lot of different places, different real experiences, different, public figures. If you had, one artist in particular, big or small, that you feel like has kind of influenced where you are now or influenced any of your many personas, if there's one you could pinpoint, who would you pinpoint?
That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to be that gay person, but Lady Gaga is really cool. I don't know. I just remember being younger and like listening to her music and being like, why do I like her so much? And then like getting older and realizing that like she is a voice for queer people
Oh, yes.
and being like, oh, that's why I like her.
Mm-hmm.
It was like self-discovery. If we're talking about like non-drag celebrity,
Sure.
I would totally say her.
Okay.
If we're talking about like drag celebrity, I really love like, in terms of like celebrity, like not local. I think Ms. Cracker is really cool.
Okay.
I love the way she like changes her face and like her whole full aesthetic to just fit different whatever she's trying to achieve, and that's kind of what I want. And it's still like in essence her.
Yeah.
Like it's still her in essence, but she still is able to portray all this different stuff. And I
Yeah.
find that really like inspiring.
Do you feel that Boone has been, like bolstering your creativity? Are there pros and cons to the drag scene in Boone? How do you feel about that?
I mean, there are definitely pros and cons. I mean, there's pros and cons with everything,
Sure.
But for the most part, I think that the drag scene here has been really encouraging. I mean, I own the Boom Barbies, and all of my drag brothers and sisters and non-binary drag performers that I work with are really encouraging and like sometimes they just like send random messages to me to make me laugh or like anything like that. And it's like, it's nice to know you have a support group of people.
Yeah.
Even if like they can't fully help you like do everything, it's
Yeah.
nice to know that someone will always have your back and also will keep you in check. That is extremely important.
That's wonderful that you found a community here in Boone that
Yeah.
you feel like you can be a part of.
Yeah, I also think it's important to recognize that like while you can have these people like me in your community that you can like look up to and like feel like they are there for you, you also have to realize that you have to be there for yourself as well. You know, if you can't find strength in yourself and you're only finding strength from other people, it's just a lot harder to be grounded in like your queerness and in your art.
Yeah. Do you feel like your drag persona and Ruby Tuesday has kind of brought out a sense of comfortability and like a safe space in your own skin in a way?
Yeah, I would say when before I started doing drag, I kind of was like uncomfortable showing a little bit more femininity in public and like sort of like, I don't know, I would be uncomfortable even doing this, you know? But, you know, after doing drag, it's kind of made me realize that like, while I'm being a character, that is still part of me. And when I'm in drag, I'm usually extremely confident. You know, I'm like, I may not look good, but I know I look good. I know like I know that like what I'm producing is of me.
Good.
And I've started to realize that like that can also carry itself into my regular life outside of drag too. So I've been like wearing more feminine clothes, and I got my ears pierced and like stuff like that. I've been wearing makeup in public and things like that. So it's like Ruby Tuesday helps me be confident in myself.
That's really lovely. All right, Nick, and to close us out here, do you have any local shows, performances, going-ons that you would like to tell our audience about?
Of course I would. So on May 10th, which is graduation weekend, the Boone Barbies and friends, I have a lot of friends performing with us. We're having a show at the App Theater. It's going to be 10 amazing performers. It's going to be like 2 hours long. It's a huge stage, sits so many people. It's like the best drag venue in the world. I mean, it's not in the world, but you know what, in my world. But like, you know, the App Theater's amazing. Suzanne, who is the executive director of it, she's fantastic. She's been working with me a lot. So please come out and see it. It's going to be at 8 p.m. on May 10th.
8 p.m. May 10th, you heard it here. Well, we are so happy that we got to pick your brain about, you know, the queer and drag scene here in Boone. We're proud of all the work that you do, and we hope that, you know, the Barbies and Ruby Tuesday just continue to push their love and joy and artistic creativity out into the world, into Boone, and thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Go to Boone Pride.
Go to Boone Pride, you heard it here. Go to Boone Pride.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
How fun was that? Go out and see some drag in the high country. You won't regret it. Next, let's hear from Kennedy over at Crash Course.
OMG! Hey guys! I hope you're doing spectacular and welcome back to Crash Course. I can't believe this is episode 4 already. This semester is going by super fast and I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet. But spring has arrived, which means summer is right around the corner, and y'all know what that means. Pride Month, baby! It unfortunately may not be recognized nationally with the removal of DEI, but it will forever be known as Pride Month to all who celebrate. And you can't have a good old Pride parade or celebration without drag queens. And guess what? That's exactly what we will be talking about today, the history of drag. And it's super interesting, so let's learn a little something. So let's take it all the way back to the 17th century, when Shakespeare was at his peak with his comedic and tragic plays, and the church was still a massive helicopter parent, so much so that the entertainment and theater spheres were actually linked to the church at the time. The church created some bizarre rules about women acting on stage and how they were not allowed to participate. So what did this lead to? Men would have to play all of the female roles in order for the story to continue along, which meant men were getting all glammed up, makeup, wigs, dresses, the works. And of course, the costumes of the time were often cheap hand-me-down dresses that tried to capture the extravagant nature of the latest fashion trends. But this meant that the dresses weren't tailored correctly to fit the actors' needs, which often meant the dresses would drag across the floor. Thus, the word drag was born, theoretically, or so the legend goes. Now, it's important to note that this is not how we understand drag today. Drag is now about exploring and expressing different sides of one's gender and exploring fashion, art, dance, and performance. But these roots do hold a purpose in allowing the art of drag to evolve into what it is today. Throughout the 18th and 19th century, cross-dressing was very popular in molly houses, which would be kind of like a gay bar in the present day. These roots continued on into the early 20th century in vaudeville shows. Vaudeville, also known as variety theater in much of the UK and USA, was very popular in the 20s and 30s. And during this time, drag was particularly individual-based, and drag queens would actually have a developed fan base within the vaudeville shows. One drag queen in particular was Julian Elting, who emerged from the world of vaudeville, and in these shows, cross-dressing, of course, was very popular, and crowds went crazy for it. Julian Elting was a superstar among these shows and was often praised for her glam. And she served so much that people actually believed she was an actress and not playing a character. The 1920s and early 30s were often pretty tolerable towards LGBT folks, and that's why a lot of the time vaudeville shows were so popular among the public. But the shows would eventually die off due to a shift in American society, and specifically the fear surrounding sex crimes at the time. This shift would negatively impact the way drag will be perceived for many decades to come. Next, we head into the 70s, where the art of drag has had to shift and evolve due to the homophobic and heteronormative society of the 1930s through the 1970s at this point. Drag was now underground, where elaborate performances would take place in secret locations. These performances were known as drag balls and would create a very competitive yet supportive community. Drag balls would host many drag queens and dance, fashion, and performance competitions to allow for a drag queen to take home a multitude of prizes and trophies. These were intense competitions where many queens would have to work very hard to win and even get the chance to perform on stage. It was through ball culture we see the rise of the drag mother. These mothers were often seasoned drag queens that would take care and train future drag queens. The drag mothers would also provide housing for them and others who were having a difficult time in their lives, at home, or in society. This culture was extremely competitive and dedicated to its craft of drag, but they also knew the stigma surrounding drag at the time, which meant they understood the importance of being there for each other outside of the ballroom. Drag is now mainstream and is ever so popular within TV shows, movies, plays, and everyday slang. Serving, tea, eating, slay, yep, all those came from drag culture. Drag is an art meant to serve as an expression for anyone and everyone. And it has been heavily under fire recently, but drag is resilient, and it will forever be iconic and inspiring to many. It has shaped cultures, it has developed artistic expressions of many forms, and it has been a safe haven for those that were unable to find a safe space at home. Drag is elegant, drag is individual, drag is community. So keep slaying, kings and queens, and I'll see you next time on Crash Course.
Amazing per usual, Kennedy. Thank you. Now for what everyone has been waiting for. Let's do some drag makeup of our own.
Hey guys, welcome back to Can't Think Straight, and we are doing drag makeup today. It is going to be super fun and awesome. We're going to be following a video, and I am Ariana. I am one of the 3 makeup artists that are going to be doing the makeup on our 3 wonderful models. This is Kennedy.
I'm Madison, and I will be doing Hugo's makeup.
I'm Marley Ray. I'll be doing Logan's makeup, and it's going to be super fun and awesome, so come with us on this wonderful ride.
I've got some of my personal makeup here. I've got my Jaclyn Hill palette from 2018 in mint condition. We've got a variety of lip combos to choose from. We all have a brand new matching beauty blender.
This is my pre-shower makeup palette. I only use it to play with. I'm very excited. Of course, the handy dandy glue stick. Brand new mascara.
Okay, I have a lot of variety. This is just kind of like the brushes I use when I do my fun makeup. And then I brought like different eyeliner, blue and purple. And then I have my lipstick, my eyeliner. I brought some face glitter because everyone needs face glitter.
Yeah, like I always.
Oh, I don't like the visuals of that at all.
I'm gonna test it.
Okay, I'm just gonna make sure.
You got this.
I'm scared. Can you
Guys,
close
it's
your
like a
eyes?
drag
I
pun.
haven't messed it up yet.
Say what?
It's like a drag pun.
A good drag pun.
Whoa.
Oh, that,
I can't
say
spot here.
feels
I was like, I can't say
What about
that
the
for
drag
television,
photo?
but
Ooh.
Whoa.
We got charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
Oh, charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. Yes, we do.
Let's talk about our drag names. Do we have any ideas for your drag name?
You're all good. I'm just not used to like my face being.
I decided moments ago that my drag queen name would
This
be
is gonna feel super weird.
Beth
Alright.
Amphetamines. It came to me in a flash.
My drag name would be Hugs, short and sweet.
Ooh.
Hugo, like hugs, and then I'm not the biggest guy, so short and sweet.
Wait, low key.
That was
I
fire.
did once say my drag name was Madison Avenue, and I don't feel like making a new one, so I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
Never tell this to Jack, but Pinkie Pie. For now.
Aerodynamic.
Did you do layers?
You're like a Volvo, like you're extremely aerodynamic. Wait, okay, don't like move.
I'm trying not to, but you're trying to.
Okay.
Now I need to put more.
Okay, what now? Hey, you're cooking.
And then
Who?
you do it in layers.
Yeah,
right?
don't
Okay.
you like?
Guys,
Wait,
we'll play
sorry.
the video. We'll play the video.
Yeah. I gotta
I
pull
think
up a
I'm
wiki
pulling the beat of
now.
my own drum today.
I think I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
This
I'm not
beauty
gonna
blender
lie.
is
so bad. It's okay. No, it's fine. We're
It's
cooking.
very
Trust the
soft.
process.
It's super
Can I have some more of the
It
foundation?
was $1.
Yes, queen, hold on.
Thank you. Thank you, princess.
Actually, I don't even want to see because I want to see the finished result. I trust the process. I can kind of.
Don't look at yourself.
Don't-
You said I-
Crazy.
You're so incredibly beige
It's
right
really
now.
giving peanut butter baby.
This is crazy.
Just
Ah.
match the neck. Match the neck and you'll be fine.
Just go really crazy on the bake. So the drag spirits are telling me to color my hair.
So like a nice light color.
Oh, thank you.
What? He said you can put lipstick on a pig.
Jeez, thank you though.
Yeah, real. Cause
Okay,
Hugo,
that
your
video's
jawline
going
looks
way too far right
fire.
now.
Okay, we're just gonna.
sorry about that.
Hugo, your
Makeup artist? Just kidding.
Yeah, get Sadie to do it.
Just kidding.
Was that supposed to be shade?
No.
Whoa.
Holy crap.
It's always like get water.
I'm telling you, it's just pumping it.
That's why I like
It's so funny. Like the foundation is so warm toned, and this is so cool toned. that It's like.
Well, now you're.
And it's not like I'm wearing a dress that reveals my pale skin.
Oh
my
Oh my god.
my pale skin.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I took French.
Okay, I'm just like.
You're
scooping
so
it off the
powdered.
table.
Change
Now
is
we
there.
pause.
Okay.
I think you're
Sorry,
too
bro.
much.
Show off the look to the
Oh,
camera.
yeah.
Like do both sides.
Yeah, do some voguing.
Yeah.
Oh yes, fierce.
That was a blast, but it also shows just how much goes into the looks our incredible drag queens and kings create for us. Thank you all for joining us for another episode of Can't Think Straight. We can't thank you all enough for sticking around with us so far this season. We hope to see you again next episode for some more Can't Think Straight fun. As always, I've been your host, Sadie Weiss. Bye!
We're gonna do the random outfit challenge. It's gonna be so fun. Yeah. Okay.